Hello, it's Thursday, and if it's Thursday, you know it's Think Tank at TrainerTainment, and I'm pretty excited because Candy and I are hanging out today. It's been a wild week, hadn't it, Candy? It should
Definitely.
be a way wild week because we should have
We,
been at
sh-
IAPA.
we should be in Orlando having lots
Yeah,
of fun doing all of the
yeah.
things.
I've been having fun though. How about you this week? Have you attended some of the virtual education pieces that IAPA did?
Definitely have been going to the virtual education pieces. I was not able to work in the social crawl last night, but I heard it was lots
I
of
did.
fun.
I did.
Um, my youngest did not want to go to sleep last night. She must have known I had something fun that I wanted to get to, and she was like, "I'm not letting you do that."
Yeah, I did. I did the networking piece. It was kind of fun. I'm always challenged at a networking event about how to hold my plate and my drink and interrupt people. And it was awesome because you just clicked a button and somebody showed up and you got to visit for a minute. I met some new people and did all the things that we would do if we were there. I didn't do it for all that long and I didn't get to hug anybody
Aw.
for real, which sucked. But that's just how it is. And I had the most fun experience. Simnox, one of our digital sponsors this year, sponsored a wine tasting, and it was wonderful. The winery sent us the bottles of wine, and it was great fun. They did a presentation. I learned. I love wine tasting, and it felt like a real IAPA evening. We had a couple of glasses of wine and a lot of laughing, and then it made my heart hurt even more about being there.
I know,
So
although I would much prefer to be face to face with people, this innovation of how to get some fun virtual events has been quite
it,
fun to watch.
it has been fun. It's been fun to be a part of, and I think that's why Think Tank Thursday has been important. I think, Candy, and it's funny because we created Think Tank way back in June of
19.
2019, which was pre-pandemic. I guess we're going to have that for the rest of our lives. Pre-COVID, post-COVID, PC, and oh, it's still PC.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe AC, before and after. I don't know. BCAC. Oh, I don't know. It's been interesting, though, the things to think about, the innovations that have come up. I know you're excited to visit with me today about something that's been on our minds and hearts forever, and we are excited about the progress of that. So,
I know, just as everyone else had to pivot, we had made the decision early October that this conference that we have been really excited for all year because it's the launch of something brand new for us. We were kind of sad, but we made the correct decision. Definitely the
oh,
correct
we
decision,
did.
seeing what's going on right now, to go ahead and switch this conference into a virtual clinic. And it does limit us from sharing everything we wanted to share at an in-person conference, but we're still excited about the things that we'll be sharing.
For sure.
I want to back up though and say, like, you launched your book last year, 2019.
May 2019, June. Yeah.
And people buy from people, how to connect in a personal world, which
How to
funny,
connect personally in an
in a
impersonal
personal
world.
world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we've been this virtual thing, but in that you laid out really 8 components that you felt that if you could master them, or not master them because you don't believe in mastery as much as you believe in always trying to grow yourself and always
Yeah.
trying to improve upon yourself, that it would pave the way to sales success for
Yeah.
anyone who wanted to take that on.
Yes, yes, and sales success, whether you were in the family entertainment center industry, selling events, or the mortgage industry, or the real estate industry, or the car, and so for us, just like all companies are doing at this time, is what more can we do? What other good things can we be in the world? And also we're so challenged in the FEC world right now about folks being able to get back into full being. So I think it does help our company and hopefully helps others expand. I think.
That's definitely our hope. It's our excitement anyway.
Yes.
Um, I'm going to share the 8 components, and I
Oh yeah.
just want to ask, like, how is it that you came to these 8 components that I'm going to put up on the screen here?
Well, I think so. In writing the book, I was trying to figure out the story that I wanted to tell, and the story that I ultimately came up with was how sales could help people with their future and their financial freedom. And in that book, I'm not sure that I was the one smart enough to see what you put on the board here. You and Mary, um, you dissected that book. And in lots of conversation, this has been a work in progress since early January.
Mm-hmm.
And with yours and Mary's input, things begin to I see things in pictures. I think you're kind of a list girl, and Mary, man, her highlighting and her logical, linear way of thinking, it got real clear to us that wow, in this book we laid out a system. I laid out a system. You all, but the reason I say we is because you guys saw the system in these components. And what I'm excited about in the conference where we made the decision to do it virtually in December, on December 2nd and 3rd, what we're going to do in that clinic, not conference, in the clinic is we're going to give the overview of what you see here because our belief is that any one of these areas um, could be pulled out, if you would, and really worked on in order to elevate maybe your position as a sales rep, uh, or maybe even a reservationist. Like you could go from whatever level you're at and increase and improve that salesmanship by working on these individual components. We'll do an overview at the clinic of all 8 areas, and then we'll do a deeper dive on mindset. And oh my gosh, couldn't we all use a little help with our mindset right now? Whether whether you're in sales or not, everybody needs help with their mindset right now. So we're going to cover mindset, we're going to cover prospect, and we're going to cover connect. And so those will be the 3 pieces of that pie that we'll really work on. We'll do a real overview webinar of the system in January. We'll do another clinic in February, and I haven't quite decided. We're going to only do 2 elements. And then in March, I swear to God, Candi, we're going to get together. We're really going to be able to have a conference in March. I believe it in my heart.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, we've got the dates. We need to publish the dates so people can know and be thinking about strengthening their sales muscle. And we'll teach all 8 components. There's an overview course in the Grow Academy of the Prospect, Connect, Qualify, Propose, and Close. There's a course already
Mm-hmm.
in the Grow Academy. We'll dive deep. We're expecting, I swear I'm going to release Prospect before this year is out. I hope. I'd love to say I'm going to get Prospect and Mindset released. But, in our company, Candi, we're so focused on trying to help people grow and learn, and we've got online, on-site, and ongoing ways to do that. And I don't know how we classify virtual. I guess that's online, except we're kind of together too. So there's got to be something in the middle of online, on-site. I don't
Yeah.
know a word that starts with an O. I wish I did, but right now we'll just call it virtual.
Yeah.
On virtual. Yeah.
It's funny. I saw a commercial for Bed Bath and Beyond where someone's standing in the store to shop, and she was like, "What is this?" And he's like, "It's offline shopping instead of
Oh,
online."
offline shopping. So we could change on-site to offline. Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
that's good. That's
so
right.
we gave everybody the sneak peek of the 8 components. Why did you feel it was necessary to start with the 3 that you chose? I mean, you can talk about them individually. You chose mindset, prospect, and connect. Out of all 8,
Yeah.
why did you feel like that was the start?
Well, I feel like mindset is a really I think mindset is the thing for sales and maybe for anything that we do, that having the right mindset about anything is the way to get started, because if you think you can, you probably can. And if you think you can't, you probably are correct. So uh, I don't think people can change, improve, work on anything until they can think it. So many times we have to change um, our language, our words,
Mm-hmm.
before we can change our behavior. And so that's one of the main reasons I want to talk about mindset. If you've read the book, you've heard me talk about the HIT method, and that you do things habitually, intentionally, and tenaciously. And so I think if you can come up with a mindset that includes habit, intention, and tenaciousness, there's probably nothing that you can't do.
What?
I mean, I know I'm not going to win Wimbledon. I know I could really put my mind to. I can't even do a cartwheel, even though I
But
really
people
thought
should
I
know
could.
you went to college on a scholarship for tennis.
I did. I did at
Yes.
that. I
So,
did at that. And there was a time in my life I thought I might play at Wimbledon. And so I don't know that any amount of habit or intention or tenaciousness is going to help me win Wimbledon. But so I'm not saying I'm not I'm not trying to say if you have the right mindset, you can be anything you want to be. But
what you're
maybe
saying reminds me of that Henry Ford quote that says, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
yes, that's right. That's exactly right. And so mindset has to be worked on all the time. I got to tell you, sales teams during COVID, I think about Sonia and Krista who are on our team, and every day they pick up the phone and they call people who are either not open, barely open. Some people are performing at 100%, some people are performing at 20%, and every single conversation is different. And they have to constantly tune their mindset into I'm helping. I believe great selling is about helping others. I say it in the book. I'm going to say it from now on. I never sold anything that I didn't believe made a difference in somebody's life. I'm never going to sell anything that I don't have that strong of a belief system around. And I know that they have to. I'm sure if any of you are listening and you're a sales rep in a family entertainment center today, it's a mess. And we probably shouldn't even have groups of more than 6 or 8 or 10 in the same space. And so that's really hard. So your mindset, like the strength of what you're doing with your mind today, and that you're able to fight the good fight, my gosh, is going to pay big dividends. Big, big, big dividends. And so from a mindset piece, if I can just, if in that bit of that clinic, we can just give people some tools about how to turn up, tune up, protect, um, encourage that their head, it's going to make a difference. So I picked mindset because I think we all need a mindset check. And so whether you're in sales or not, in that particular section, and it's the first, it's the second section on December 2nd. So we'll do
The
intro
overviews first.
overview, and then do mindset. And then on the next day, on the 3rd, I have prospect and I have
Mm-hmm.
connect. And the reason I chose prospect and connect is people want to know, how do I go get business? How do I decide who the ideal customer is, especially right now?
And this was a learning even for you with your company, because when I first worked with TrainerTainment very many years ago in my past life, it was a CP. It didn't
Yeah,
have that prospect. It
I
was
didn't have the
connect,
P in there.
propose,
Yeah,
qualify, propose, and close.
perfect. Yep.
And
Yes,
you thought that it was so important that you added it and changed your own sales
I did. I
process.
did. I changed the sales process from CQPC, as you mentioned, to PCQPC because prospecting needs to be people need. It's too easy to just take what's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the phone's ringing off the wall and you're kind of a limited resource. But even if the phone's ringing off the wall, a 25% focus on outbound new business development makes all the difference in the world. I think the 80/20 rule of is in effect there. If I spend 20% of my time working on new business, in all likelihood, that'll create 80% of my success. And so those are odds I like.
Mm-hmm.
If 10 hours can make all the difference, I want to make a real important investment in those 10 hours. And new business development, even during hard times, is exactly what we need to be focusing in. So that's prospect, and then connect. Shoot, connect is
Okay.
the foundation of the sales experience. If you can't connect and build trust with somebody, people want to buy from their friends, and so you gotta be able to connect. And I think it was a little bit linear. That was one of the reasons I think I went that way. But I think a lot of people in sales believe they're people, and that they can create relationships and that they can connect well. And I think there's a lot to learn about connection. And so I'm excited to share a bunch of that. But yeah, thank
Even
you.
connection tricks are changing right now.
Hmm.
We know that Sonia and Krista have gone to doing some Zoom instead of just always relying on the call. They'll
On
just
the
set up
phone. Hmm.
Zooms and
Hmm. Hmm.
see people. And so you get to hear the tone of their voice and see the way that their face looks when they're talking to you. And that's really important too.
Oh, listen, I did the social crawl last night with IAPA and met a couple of neat new, really what I would call prospects. I didn't know them, they didn't know us, and it was because of this. It's because we had this virtual. It would have never been the same just on the phone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Very
exciting. So
exciting. And
yeah,
so all of this is happening on December 2nd and 3rd, and it's virtual. Save all your travel fees. It's
yes,
a virtual clinic, and you get all of this for
yes.
$99.99.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, we're looking forward to uh, virtual clinics in 2021. We wound up having to do all of our conferences this year in a virtual way. And so we just embraced it and decided that we have a clinic in February. We have a leadership clinic in, let me get it right, May.
You got to count those 3 months forward.
Uh-huh, yeah. And then we have a birthday clinic that we're holding in August.
Yeah, I
And
know.
then,
I'm really excited about the schedule next year because it's everything builds on everything. We're going to have a webinar,
mhm,
we're going to have a virtual clinic, and then fingers crossed, the world will allow us to have in-person
in-person
conferences.
conference, yeah. I'm excited about the last quarter though because we think we'll have IAPA, we hope.
Yes.
And because we'll have that, Miss Candy, tell about what you're doing with service.
Um, we choked her up there. Yeah, this year, it seems so long ago now, I released a customer service strategy called SOAR, and which was surprise and delight, over deliver, accommodate your guests where they're at, and then refine those methods over and over again. And that will get you to a great customer service strategy. I have this belief that customer service isn't as hard as we typically try to make it. There's a lot of language and a lot of fancy words, but at the end, we want to be treated. We know how we want to be treated when we go somewhere, and so we should treat people in the same way. So go into that. Because of IAPA, we won't have anything in the month of November for that. We're going to have a virtual clinic in October and in December, and we will be leading up to that. The webinar that I did this year will be on demand for everyone so that they can get caught up before we go to the virtual clinics. And the first virtual clinic will dive into the S and the O, so surprise and delight and over deliver. And the goal is that you come away with action plans. What can you do in your own center that can bring some surprise and delight to people, or you can look for those little ways to over deliver and wow your guests. And then the second clinic will work on the accommodating where the guest is, and then what are you going to put in place? What commitment are you going to make to refine those going forward? So your customer service strategy is never stagnant, because our consumers are ever changing. So our strategy has to be ever changing as well.
Awesome. I can't wait. We're excited. I mean, from a think tank point of view, it's been super important and helpful for our team just to plan and to look forward at 2021. I just finished up a training today with the Ohio BCA, and we were really focused on navigation. How do you navigate these waters in these times? And navigation is all about how do you course correct and how do you steer toward something. And so moving toward 2021, looking forward to the delivery of the sales pro system, being able to offer clinics and conferences to be with our folks and to do the in-service piece for others. Oh, make makes me happy,
Mm-hmm.
makes it easier for me to not get sucked into the sofa. I'm sure people have been sucked into the sofa, and I hope you're not day drinking. I mean, this is the weirdest time, and there's a bunch of gifts inside of it. And I
Mm-hmm.
think, well, you're one of those, by the way. You are definitely one of those gifts. And so it's a sales pro system, and so are our customers, the people we help and serve. So there you are.
um, there's a few things I also want to just remind people of before we jump off today. Number one, where are you actually today? This is pre-recorded,
Today,
so where are you today?
yes. Well, we're in two places. We're here.
Yeah,
We're right
think
here.
tank.
But we are involved in a showcase with a number of our peers. Creative Works was fabulous in their thinking, and they put together a 360 amusement showcase. And so there are a number of vendors and providers in the Family Entertainment Center. Uh, in a hop-in event, and we're showcasing our products and talking about what we do. And so I bet you can just, if you're on our Facebook, well, you have to be on our Facebook if you're watching Think Tank, duh. Well, that event is out there too, and so I bet you could go click in and hop in and come see us. We
And
felt
this
like,
was totally free. This is
it
totally
is.
free for anybody to come and join the product showcase and see what all of these awesome vendors have to offer.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you, it was just brilliant insight on their part to help us put this together. Because we're supposed to be at IAPA. You're supposed to be able to be on the trade show floor, and so this will be your virtual trade show floor. It'll be much easier on your feet. So, you
No
know,
shoes required.
no shoes required, no pants required. So,
And the other thing is, you have a great little lineup of guests coming up for Think Tank Thursday. So I didn't know if you want to give a sneak peek on who we can look at
oh,
coming to
sure,
Think Tank in the
sure.
future weeks.
Yeah. So Matt Heller and I are going to visit. Matt and I could visit. He does such a great job, him and Josh, with say
Amusement
it right.
pros.
Thank
They're
you.
amusement pros, attraction pros, and Matt
Attraction pro.
Haller also does performance optimist consulting.
Yes, and gosh, Matt's done so. I mean, anytime Matt speaks, people want to listen. He does lots of great leadership training, and you gotta love a company name called Performance Optimist. I wish I'd have thought of that. It was so good. So Matt is joining me. I believe that's going to be a week from today, and then I'm real excited. We have kept this under wraps, and I shouldn't have kept it under wraps. We should be press releasing and sharing it all over the universe. One of the things that COVID has done is to help, I think, businesses be strategic, figure out for us what we do best and what others do best. And we've had a mystery shopping program always in our company. It supports our sales coaching program. It helps people when we go in, and we have a strong program where we revamp birthday parties and systems, and part of that revamp is how do I sell more of them.
Mhm.
And we've always supported that particular program with a mystery shop, and we're pretty good at it, but our software broke. And there's a company in this industry Amusement Advantage that is fantastic. I don't know if there's a better, well, there isn't because I would have gone with them, I think. And what we've done is to partner with Scott Carson and Amusement Advantage, and they're executing our mystery shop program. And I'm so excited, and we've gotten that finally kicked off the ground and done some very good work. And so Scott and I will be visiting in a couple of weeks. Rocky Bush. She is a ninja, a ninja social media marketing human, and lots of energy. And Rocky has agreed to talk to us about the shifts and changes in digital marketing right now. And had a great visit with her, and she said, "Oh man, Beth, you know." What comes to mind immediately is we can't even use our same pictures. You can't go grab. People need to have a mask on. I know, Candy. Did you see that face you just
I
made?
also thought
That,
about the number of people that often were in pictures for our type
yes,
of photography.
she absolutely said that too. That the groups need to be smaller. People need to have a mask on. And I was like, oh crud! I bet I had not thought of that
Mm-mm.
at all. And we've got to. I know how important communication is. It's part of the sales pro system. There's
Mm-hmm.
got its own bubble, and we have to communicate the right thing. So anyway, those folks are in the lineup. We got others out there, but
Yeah.
those are the guys and gals coming up. And next week will be real special. You should all turn into next week. We have our Thanksgiving Think Tank mashup. So um,
And I'll throw an invitation out. If you are watching this on Thursday the 19th and you can get a video sent to me by Wednesday the 25th, you can be part of our Thanksgiving mashup. Just
oh,
shoot a video saying what you're grateful for this year. And I know it's been a tough year, and I know this year has been making us a little weary and ready for the end. But if we look around at this industry, there's a million reasons why we are grateful. I'm grateful to be in this industry with all of these people. And so I would love to include anybody who's watching this in our montage. Just quick 15-30 seconds. What are you grateful for this year? Send it to me. I'm going to put a mashup together, and that's going to be our special Thanksgiving
Think tank.
thing.
That's awesome. Thank you, Candy. Candy at TrainerTainment.net.
Yes.
She will, we would love you to be part of our thankful gratitude mashup.
And I'm going to thank the other sponsors. We talked about Simnox because you did a wine tasting with them, but always thank you to Redemption Plus and Bowling Music Network. And then, of course, you guys, I get to put Beth on the hot seat with the signature question.
Oh,
What
okay.
are you currently doing right now? I know it's ever changing to help yourself and others grow.
Okay. So stayed very diligent with my power hour that I would say in the morning, where I study, I read the Bible. And I read out of the John Maxwell Leadership Bible. There's always outtakes that as a matter of fact, the navigate to course correct to steer towards something came from study even this morning, because Maxwell does such a great job just from a leadership training point of view to pull what his vision of scripture is and how it relates to leaders. And so that's something I'm always very, very diligent to do every single morning. I also have, I'm still working on the Stoics. Um, I got turned on to that stuff's hard though. I mean, uh,
Heavy reading.
do what?
Heavy reading.
It is heavy. It is heavy, and I have to think about it. And um, I'm trying to exercise. I do know. I know exercise makes a big difference in preventing a physical growth. That if I have any intention of getting rid of the COVID-19, I better walk a little bit more. So I'm always doing that. And so when I'm walking, I'm listening. And so right now I'm listening to the hard thing about hard things. I'm almost finished. It's taken me a while. I've done a lot of my walking inside, so I haven't had enough listening. And I pulled, you won't believe this, Candy. I pulled 4 books and put them on I have a chair in my bedroom, that sits by the nightstand, because I think I've been watching too darn much TV. And so I put these 4 books um, on the stand, and I'll privately share labels and titles with you later.
Okay.
Okay. All right. How about you?
Um, I am still, the joy about being able to travel a little bit again is I get a little bit more podcast time because I don't have a
Mm.
commute anymore and I haven't been traveling. And that's when I get so, I'm still an avid podcast listener. EOS actually started a podcast during all this called Leap
Oh,
Now. So I've subscribed to that and I have been trying to catch up. And then my current favorite one isn't a business related one. It's one about, funny enough, gratitude and how just
oh,
thinking of something that you are thankful for each and every day, like how it has this long-term implications on your life and all of that stuff. And so that's my favorite one these days. And then, to help others grow, showing up for Pure Talk every single
yes.
week. I've been happy to be involved with some NCPs of helping people navigate these waters as they're trying to get open right now. And so that is probably my most favorite thing. I love those
Okay,
challenges and stuff.
great.
So yeah.
NCP is
Oh,
TrainerTainment Speak for New Center Project. Okay.
and I would love to help anybody with theirs if they have a
Yeah.
new center coming up.
Yeah.
So just a reminder, everybody, December 2nd and 3rd, we're going to be in a virtual clinic. It's $99. Go to trainertainment.net and you can hit the events and it's there and you can buy your seat and we'll be taking care of you for those 2 days.
That's awesome. Thank you, Candy. Thanks for think tanking it with me today. I know you're getting to go on vacation, off did a little bit of Disney.
Yes.
So you all have a great time, and um, we'll see you. We'll see you next week on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Thanks.